Sophia Choi's baby secret is one of those stories that's being pulled tighter and tighter, and you can see the cracks forming everywhere. At its core, this is about a scared teenage girl who was manipulated into hiding the truth. Sophia gave birth alone, without much support, and while she has been guilt-ridden ever since, Melinda Trask used her position of authority to keep her quiet. Every time Sophia leaned toward telling the truth, Melinda shut her down and convinced her to go along with the plan. That makes Sophia a tragic figure, young, hormonal, vulnerable, while Melinda is the calculating adult who should have known better. The show has made it clear this is very similar to Sloane's past schemes, reminding fans of how easily the law can be twisted to cover lies. Tate Black is on the other end of the deception, and he isn't backing down. His instincts tell him something isn't right, and his persistence is starting to chip away at Melinda's lies. He already tried writing to the so-called adoptive parents, only to get a cold rejection letter that Melinda herself wrote. Instead of discouraging him, it only pushed him to fight harder. Now he and Holly Jonas are turning to Belle Black, who could be the key to cracking this open. Belle's sharp legal mind means she'll ask the right questions, like why an open adoption doesn't include even the most basic identifying details. If Sophia's story doesn't line up with what's legally required, Belle could unravel the entire cover-up in court. At the same time, Brady Black is starting to sense that something isn't adding up. He questions Sarah Horton Kyriakis, who has been deeply uncomfortable keeping this secret. Sarah feels guilty because she knows the truth about Sophia's baby, but she's legally restricted under HIPAA from saying anything outright. All she can do is keep pressuring Sophia to confess. That puts Sarah in a moral tug-of-war. Does she keep obeying the law, or does she find some way to help Brady and Tate get the answers they deserve? Sarah's guilt is growing, and it may eventually push her into risky territory. The circle of suspicion is widening, too. Amy Choi, Sophia's mother, is not only worried about her daughter's fragile emotional state but is also noticing details that don't add up. Her comment about Tazero looking just like Sophia's little brother shows how close she is to connecting the dots. Mothers have strong instincts, and Amy is clearly picking up on both Sophia's guilt and the physical resemblance of the baby. On top of that, Harvey Hernandez is beginning to piece things together from his end. Harvey has been caring for Tazero, and the more time he spends with the baby, the more he seems to realize there's something familiar about him. With Amy and Harvey both circling closer to the truth, Sophia's secret is becoming harder to keep contained. The most likely trigger for the reveal may come from Tazero himself. Soap operas often use a medical emergency to force hidden truths into the open, and Tazero already had an unexplained crying fit when he was first born. That was brushed off at the time, but if he develops a medical condition that requires family history or genetic information, Sophia will be backed into a corner. Doctors asking the wrong question could instantly expose her as the baby's mother. That kind of reveal would be dramatic, public, and impossible for Melinda to spin. When the truth comes out, the fallout will be devastating. Tate will feel both relief and fury, relief that his child is alive and that he can finally be a father, but fury that he was lied to and robbed of precious time. Brady will be livid at Melinda and may also question Sarah for staying silent, no matter what her reasons were. Melinda's career could be destroyed if it's proven she manipulated legal documents and misled both Tate and Sophia. Amy may feel betrayed by her daughter for hiding such a huge secret, but she will also likely turn her anger on Melinda for taking advantage of Sophia's youth. As for Sophia, her guilt and fear will finally collide with reality. She will be forced to admit not only to Tate and Brady what she did, but also to herself. She may get some sympathy because of her age and the pressure she was under, but she will also have to face the consequences of staying silent for so long. This storyline is heading toward two major payoffs: Tate finally discovering that Tazero is his son, and the exposure of Melinda's corruption. The web of lies is so tangled that once one thread snaps, the whole thing will unravel, and the reveal will hit multiple families at once.